Hello, the Pioneer viewers. How are you? I hope you're healthy and well. As the Pioneer team, we continue to share our reports on Russia-Ukraine war with you. In a moment, we will share with you a very remarkable developments regarding the operation carried out by the Free Russian Legion within the borders of Russia. As it is known, the cross-border operation carried out by the Free Russian Legion continues, and the Belgorod Oblast is going through a very complicated process. Moreover, the Russian administration still has not been able to maintain order here. The sudden raid carried out by the Free Russian Legion created a great shock in the Russian army, and the border guards of the Russian armed forces have lost control. It is reported that some helicopters of the Ukrainian armed forces also supported this operation, and in the past days, it was reported that the Russian Defense Ministry building in Belgorod Oblast was hit. This event created a great shock in Russia. So, what are the latest developments on the subject? Let's examine the latest developments together. As the Pioneer team, we continue to share our reports on the Russia-Ukraine war with you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily reports. You can also support me and my team by using the super thanks button below the videos. And thank you so much for your support. Let's start if you are ready, the Pioneer reports. The ongoing operation launched by the Free Russian Legion has caused major problems in Russia, and the Russian army, which has not been able to prevent the cross-border operation and, more importantly, has still not been able to control the Belgorod Oblast, is getting more and more backlash day by day. And the Free Russian Legion, on the other hand, continues to corner the Russian army with its critical operations. In the past days, the Legion troops carried out an incredible operation again. In the Grayanov region of the Belgorod Oblast, one of the administrative buildings of the Russian Defense Ministry was located, and this building was a very strategic point because it was close to the Ukrainian border, and this strategic building was one of the main veins of the Russian Defense Ministry. However, with the attacks that took place in the recent days, this vein was destroyed, and the Free Russian Legion troops hit this building in the Grayanov with missiles. According to reports, there were quite violent explosions. According to reports from some sources, most of the Russian personnel who were in the Russian Defense Ministry building at the time of the attack were destroyed, and some images of the attack were also shared on social media. So far, there has been no statements from the Russian sources. However, local sources frequently share updates, and according to these updates, one of the reasons for the violent explosions in the Russian Defense Ministry building was the ammunition depot in the building. According to some sources, the Russian administration had filled an official building with the ammunition, and there is no information on where these ammunitions will be used. However, this attack by the Free Russian Legion shows how complicated the situation in Belgrade is. The Free Russian Legion destroyed not only one of Russia's defense ministry buildings in Belgrade, and images posted on social media accounts of the Free Russian Legion showed that a watchtower is built by the Russian administration was also destroyed. The Legion even shared these images with the following statements. We have turned Putin's Murom-P long-range visual surveillance complex and the Sagent EW antennas into the pile of metal. We will continue to destroy it, and Putin should have hidden his towers better, but he failed to do so, and just as he failed to realize that his invasion of Ukraine had a price. Andriy Yosef, spokesperson for the Ukrainian Defense Intelligence, also made statements on this issue. Speaking Ukrainian national television, Yosef said that the following about the ongoing operation of the Free Russian Legion. The Kursk and the Belgorod region are now the theater of active combat operations, and we confirm this. We are talking about Russian citizens who are no other choices and who are defending their civil rights with the weapons against Putin's regime, and as the volunteers and the rebels have stated. The three groups were first to open fire on military positions in Belgorod on Wednesday, calling on the people of the Belgorod and Kursk to evacuate because every day dozens of ordinary innocent Ukrainians die from shelling from the Belgorod. So, as Yusuf's statement suggests, the operation planned by his legion was well prepared and focused. In particular, it is noteworthy that the presence of the Russian artillery batteries in the Belgorod region has been detected and that the Legion has concentrated its attacks on the areas where the attacks on Ukraine are taking place. As it is well known, the Free Russian Legion and the majority of the soldiers serving in this cross-border operation are ethnically Russian. But despite this, they prefer to fight against the state of the Russian Federation. But why? Because there is injustice and oppression. The state apparatus headed by the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, prefers to oppress both the Russian people and the people of the former Soviet countries. And the reason for this is obvious. The Putin regime sees itself as the continuation of both the Soviet Union and the Russian Tsarisms. In Putin's understanding, many countries, including Ukraine, are in the fact of territory, and they can only find peace if they become Russian territory again. And if these countries don't accept this imposition of Vladimir Putin, the president of the Russian Federation, they may face all kinds of problems. So what will happen next? So far, the Russian leadership has not made any significant statements about the developments in the region. All kinds of statements made about the claims of the operation that was carried out by the Ukrainians. And there is no truth to this claim, but we have stated this in our previous reports as well, and this method is being used to propagandize that the Putin administration is the legitimate owner of all Russians. In this way, the Putin administration is trying to prove that the entire Russian people are subservient to the Russian president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, and his official ideology. But the truth, as I have always said, comes out in due course. The Russian army has not been able to stand up to the ordinary legion or units of its own citizens and prevents its borders from being breached. What does this mean? Anyone who has watched this video and has ever been involved in the military will understand this better. A country's borders are its treasures, and nobody wants their treasures to be touched, right? And what if it is touched? Then the person who does it pays the price. But the Russian army can't make them pay that price, and it can't save its treasure. The Legion's operations is expected to continue in the coming days, and the main reason for this is that the Russian armed forces have not yet been able to take the effective control. And we will continue to follow the region and bring you the latest developments. Let's not forget to mention the following. It is claimed that the Ukrainian armed forces will soon send reinforcements to the Legion, but as I have just mentioned, this is just a claim for now, and we will find out in the coming days whether this claim is true or not. So, what do you think? How do you think the operations of the Free Russian Legion is going so far? And do you think this operation will continue? Why do you think the Russian armed forces have not yet been able to restore orders? And what do you think about the Putin administration claims about the Belgorod? So specify it in the comments, because you know that I read and I care about all of your comments.